Hi, my name is Lauren and I'm one of the librarians here at Richmond Community College. In this video we're going to take a look at one of the research guides for criminal justice. To get there we are going to go to the library's homepage. Here we are, and resources will drop down, and nested under research you will find research guides. When we get there, things will be grouped by subject. The criminal justice research guides will be under law, politics, and government. And here we are at the criminal justice research guides. We're going to take a look at the one for intro to criminal justice, but the layout is the same as the others, and if you watch this video you'll be able to navigate the other research guides as well. So let's jump in. Here we have just a short intro about the course or the area of study. If you're in some other guides, a little bit of info about the library and contact information for the librarian subject liaison for whatever course it is. In this case, it's me. If we go up here and look at sources, we will find the quick search tool. This is going to be a little bit like a search engine, but instead of looking at everything on the internet, it's just going to look at stuff that the library has, whether that's print books sitting on the shelves or scholarly journals and academic works within the research databases. And we're going to have a look at one of those databases in just a little bit. Under books here you'll find some suggested titles. This is just a little bit of what the library has. If we go down here, these are collections of ebooks if you are working remotely off campus or you just want to see all what the library has. That's a good place to look for ebooks. Under articles here, this is where you are going to find those academic databases, and this is where we have access to lots of scholarly research. And this stuff is going to be useful to you when you are writing research papers, you have a presentation that you're working on for school. We're going to get into the ProQuest Criminal Justice Database in just a second here after we look at videos. These are just some links where we have streaming that we think might be useful to you. And under websites, this is where librarians have pulled together a lot of outside sources that we think should all be easily accessible in one spot for students. And this is where you're going to find law, North Carolina bills and laws, and the North Carolina statutes. This is state law. Under national resources, the United States Code and the U.S. Department of Justice. This is where you're going to find federal law. And if we go down here, we have some international resources as well if you want to expand your horizons. So let's go into that academic database. So we'll go up here into articles, the ProQuest Criminal Justice Database. If you get here and you're prompted for login information, use the same stuff that you would use to get into Moodle or your student email, and that should get you in. So here we can see that full text and peer-reviewed are already checked. This means that we're going to be looking for stuff that you have access to the full text of and has gone through the process of peer review. Peer review is the process for which other experts in a field will look at a scholar's work and make sure it is legit before it gets published. It's a little bit tougher to get through than getting stuff past the editorial process for a popular magazine. It's very competitive for scholars to publish. So it's a real quick definition on peer review. If we look for something using this search tool, say juvenile bail, we have just 476 results of scholarly research having to do with juvenile and bail. If we were to look at this using Google, We would have a ton of stuff. We would be getting advertisements from lawyers and bail bondsmen. We would have blogs and opinion pieces on the criminal justice system as it relates to young people. And here, because we are in an academic database, we are just not getting advertisements. We're not getting opinion pieces, and we're not getting news even right now because we have peer review checked. So using an academic database is really going to narrow down the scope of what you're searching. Say you spend some time and you're looking through these sources and you find stuff that you want to save. You can check here, and so now the first two hits are selected, and I'm going to email them to myself with this email button. I would enter in my information here, hit the CAPTCHA, and continue, and it would send those links to my email address. It's a very useful tool, and it can help you save some time in the research process. Let's say you are building your Works Cited page and you need citations for these. Instead of building them yourselves, which you can do if you've got the time, use this button right here, Cite. You can choose the style that your instructor wants you to use from this drop-down menu right here. We'll leave APA selected, and here are citations for these two journal articles. We can copy and paste these into a Works Cited page. It's a good idea to go and check and make sure that they are formatted correctly, because we don't want to lose any points because we're missing a comma somewhere or something's out of order. But this is a lot better than starting from scratch. It was just some quick tips on using an academic database for your research. Going back to the research guide, the last thing I want to show you is this help page right here. And again, this is where you can get in touch with a librarian. This is also where you can find some helpful stuff on formatting those citations. And right here is how you can get in touch with the Oral and Written Communication Center. The helpful people at the OWCC will help you take that rough draft of a paper and take it to the next level. Don't come to them the night before something is due. Give them a little bit of time to review your work, and they can get back to you with helpful suggestions. I hope that this video was useful to you. If you want a deeper dive into academic research using library resources or evaluating sources of information, check out some of the other videos in this playlist. Have a good one.